Scott, we're here at the Bob Lucas Stadium after the dust has settled. It's finished 3-0 to Weymouth in the end. Our away record of scoring at every away ground so far this season has ended as well. Just an all-round frustrating day?
Yeah, listen, it can happen at a place like this if you don't do the fundamentals. You run hard, you run fast, you battle, you fight. And I thought they were much better us than at the basics today, and they fully deserved their victory. So for us, it's one of them that we're not going to get too high when we win. We certainly don't, and we don't get too low when we lose. I think over the last 10, 15, 20 games, I think we're second, third and fourth in the form guide, respectively, over those games. So we've done brilliantly well. And I just said to the lads, I don't want a bus home that's going to be quiet, full of sulkers, because we've come a long way in the last few months, there's no doubt about it. We've got ourselves into a good position. We've obviously got a massive game on Tuesday night, and we don't want it to be sort of negative, the environment. We don't want to be pessimists, and it's just one of those days. It can happen, and it happened when probably I least expected it. But it's a difficult place to come. Someone's just tweeted, and I've just seen something pop up that we're unbeaten, or they're unbeaten against us in 8 games now.
We failed to score in the last 4 times we've actually come here as well.
Yeah, I always find it really difficult. I think Bath is one of the toughest places to go, alongside Weymouth. So we've come to 2 of the hardest places, and then Taunton on Tuesday night. So another difficult place to go. But I just didn't think we did the fundamentals today, and that's probably why we've come up short.
What was it for you then? Because it seemed like in the first 20-25 minutes we actually had a fair few half chances and they couldn't really get a grip on the game, and then something seemed to happen after that in that opening first half, and it just never seemed to happen again for us.
Yeah, I think the thing is, the first goal in a game like today is so important. Bobby's got his team organised that when they go 1-0 up, they don't give much away. It's really hard to find those moments of quality on the pitch. It's bobbly and dry, but listen, it's the same for both teams. And it's really easy to defend the league, and it's difficult to try and get back in. I obviously sat on the bench for the second half, and I never really thought that we'd look like we're going to find a way. Obviously Slavy had a good chance, but I must say there's no blame on Slavy. I thought he was superb when he came on in the second half. I thought he was best player on the pitch for both teams. So one of those days that we'd like to apologise to the fans, obviously, that have made the trip down here, but I think they should also remember that we've done pretty well over the past few months. We're not going to win every game. We're not going to go unbeaten in long stretches like we have done this season. We're as frustrated as they are. So yeah, it's one of those. We have to box it off. We've lost 3 points, but it's obviously a massive opportunity missed to maybe climb up table a little bit with games that were going on in the FA Trophy today.
And you mentioned it briefly there, Slavy's miss. He was past the keeper, through on goal. Didn't seem like it was going to be anything other than a tap-in. Do you think the game kind of swung there and then? That was a crucial moment.
Yeah, it was. I think if we get that goal, I think we get a minimum of a draw. But hindsight's a wonderful thing. It's if, buts and maybes. We can't say what if. There's no blame attached to Slavy. Like I said, I thought he was brilliant when he came on. I thought he was head and shoulders above any player that had a Slough shirt on all day. So he was brilliant. I think it shows that he's going to start Tuesday night. He's made a real impact. So we'll have to pick a team now that we think is best suited to go to Taunton. I take responsibility as well for maybe the team that I picked today. If I come here again next year, then I'll make sure that I pick a team that's physical, up for the fight and ready for the battle, because I think today we were a little bit soft. And we don't often say that about our group. I think it's the first time this season where we've been outrun. We've obviously had some bad beats at Tunbridge and Weymouth, but that wasn't anything to do with running power or heart and desire. But I think today we just got beaten by a team that were full of energy and full of hard work. So yeah, we've come unstuck.
And then just after, it's actually not that long after Slavy's miss, we saw us get caught out on the break, having pushed numbers forward for Brandon Goodship, his second goal. It was a good finish in the end, and then Harry Parsons with that third. Do you feel like the luck just never sort of seemed to fall today for us? Yeah,
I think the first goal, we've not tracked the runner on the edge of the box. It's then gone through the gap between Dan Lincoln and the back four, and it's kind of trickled across the goal, and you're thinking, someone just kick it away. And no one ever obviously got a foot on it. Second goal, we've lost a 50-50, halfway inside their half, and it's one ball and they're in. And the third goal was a great strike. You've got to give them credit where credit's due. It looked like an absolute worldie from where we're sat. So the first 2 goals are the important ones. Obviously the first goal in the match, and when it goes 2-0, I never believed that we were really going to show the quality that we needed to get back into it, because of the conditions, the way that they play. We got beaten by the better team. We have to lick our wounds and move on.
And just to ask them before, obviously that another away game now against Taunton next Tuesday, just to ask some clarification on a few players. We saw Tyrese get onto the bench again today. Is he getting closer to full fitness?
Yeah, Tyrese is he's a warrior. Every time you ask him how you're feeling, he's like, yeah, I'm fine. I think he's probably getting to the point now where he's back available. He's obviously been out for maybe a month, so we need to make sure that he's okay before he goes back out there. Nashi had a tight calf, so we couldn't play him today. Leon's obviously gone off with his ankle. And then obviously Gary's gone out to Bracknell, so yeah, we are a little bit light, but I expect a couple of people maybe to be back for Tuesday. Hopefully Tyrese and Nashi won't be too bad as well, so there'll be a massive addition back to the squad, back to the starting lineup. I think Jammers has done brilliantly well playing as a left wing back, left back. He's a bit of a Swiss Army knife. Anywhere you put him, he just does a job. So yeah, there's no dramas. I think it's just more disappointment and opportunity missed, and the fact that we've let ourselves down, we've let the fans down who could have had a great away day. I know it's a long way down here with freezing cold, but I want to try and remain positive, and remember what we've done over the past maybe 5, 10, 15 games rather than just today. If we solely focus on today, we'll beat ourselves up, and that's no good with a game in sort of 72 hours time.
Commiserations, Scott. We'll see you Tuesday.
Cheers, Con. Thank you.